So, I beaten Dark Souls 3 and it felt good. Not as good as Dark Souls 2 though. Had to mess a bit with some of you Dark Souls enthusiasts because it is well known that soulsborne gaming community is one of the best ones, especially elitists, real nerds. Really admire you guys. And that is what I thought to discuss right now. How is Dark Souls 3 as a third installment in a franchise? How it is as a game, as an experience? I always consider Dark Souls, gameplay as more of an experience, as an, uh, well, you know what I'm talking about if you played the game, the dramatic pathos of everything that's going around. It is something else. It's really inspiring. So I thought that I shall mention that and what I found personally found likable in this game. So, well, to start off, the game was released in 2016. 9 years have passed since then, and to judge the game fairly and objectively is entirely plausible now. Enough time has passed to look at this as it is. So, it is great. And right now in 2025, I couldn't connect to the servers for the online content such as PvP and summoning phantoms and the scratches on the floor. Um, I just couldn't connect to the servers, not once. I played like 3 to 4 gaming sessions. Each one went for at least 3 hours, and I didn't connect once. So I suspect that they are close now. But they were working last summer. I played the PvP in August when I started the save file, and I had some fun, but we shall come to that later. Uh, as I mentioned, last summer I started this particular save, uh, and I dropped it. I just dropped it. I played all the way until to the end of the last DLC. The only content in the main game, the only boss I didn't do is the Nameless King and the location of Archdragon Peak, such as an ancient wyvern, if I remember correctly, the name of the boss. So that was the only content in front of me. I needed to beat Slave Knight Gale, I needed to beat Nameless King and everything before him, and I could, with free heart, can go to the end of the game, to the kiln of the first flame. And I was exhausted because I tried the previous boss, Ancient Dragon Mimir. I can't remember exactly how it is called. The hidden boss in the Ashes. Oh no, Ringed City DLC. The hidden boss. He was exhausting. I played last summer one session that was going for 7 hours straight. I was completely entranced in a fight. I wasn't blinking, I wasn't breathing, I was just doing what needs to be done, and I finally beat him. And after that, I get to fight the Slave Knight Gale, which ended up being particularly hard on my build because I was a bit greedy. But still, I was exhausted. Therefore, I dropped the game, played something else, and real life issues came along. Didn't play the game. Uh, Therefore, I decided that the first game on my variety challenge. If you want to know more about that, I got the video on my channel about an anti-speed run that I'm attempting. That's what it is. So the first game on my path was Dark Souls 3, and I beat it in a couple or so days. Uh, Slave Nightingale was exhausting. Uh, I talked more about him in my previous video. And It was beautiful. It was a great boss. It might be the favorite boss in the whole series for me right now, even though he caused so much pain for me. Oh my god, I was so annoyed sometimes. But the arena is beautiful, the spirit of the fight is beautiful, the phases themselves. Uh, I adored this fight. It was great. Uh, so, uh, I tried even in August. Even in August, I thought about how will I attempt my run. You know, how will I strategize my um, save file? Because you need to, think in advance so you wouldn't spend points needlessly when you level up, and other story and economic decisions in the game. So my goal for this particular run was not using any phantoms to help, doing every boss that I could while solo, especially it comes well, I didn't summon any NPCs, but the purpose was to not summon any players, so I could fairly claim that I conquered the Dark Souls 3 on my own, only myself, with myself, only my skill, and it went very well because the second, thing that I wanted to do in this run is to attempt as much bosses as I could, and I did them all, as I later found out. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 right now could be officially, you know, completed for me. Um, and while these, network features weren't working, uh, I didn't, I wasn't invaded by anyone. I don't have much of an audience right now. Maybe it will change in time, but still. So the stream was empty too, and it was a lonely, quiet, and melancholic journey. So the perfect mood for Dark Souls. I'm really glad that I chose this game as the start. The classic spirit of the franchise was spot on, be it in different parts of the run during August and during the last few days. Especially, the despair and depravity of an era that is inevitably ending. Um, that is the theme of every Dark Souls game, and this time, the way they looked at this idea, the way they approached it, new stories, and advancement of the old characters, it it shows. It shows the developers' dedication, and I can truly respect that. Quality of the gameplay, best in the series, no doubt about that. The variety of builds is astounding, as well as the freedom and comfort of customization. You can really do anything you want in this game, and you can change your build pretty much on the fly, if I remember correctly. Once or twice in the game, you can reset your experience points. There was such a mechanic in Dark Souls 2, I believe. I don't remember exactly, but I'm certain that there was one in Dark Souls 3 as well. Quality of bosses, good. It was good. Some of them were, looking flashy, with the moving cloth or feathers. The game looked really fancy in 2016, and it is real fun for me that this game looks much better than most of the shit that the developers throw on the market today, be it graphically or aesthetically. Come on, nobody even tries right now. And be it that some bosses look fancy, they are actually pansies. Sorry for the joke. Um, it wasn't always good. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, sometimes it was better than the any times. There are some areas that remind of the classic Blight Town, you know what I'm talking about. And it is required for a Dark Souls game to have such an area, so I enjoyed it because it was. These kind of areas were made much more tolerable in this game than in the previous games. It was already better in the second game than in the first game, but in the third game, holy shit. You go through the swamp, well, there's no need to stay there. You just, cover the whole area, do the bosses, and, you don't suffer, this poisoning. The PvP encounters could be fun. It is a well-made zone, as well as these Irrital Dungeon, if I remember correctly, the location where there are these mannequins that lower your health bar, which is fucking annoying. It was fun. It was good. It was decently made, and I can't put this frustration as something negative. It was a good frustration. But there were some bosses that require mentioning, such as Twin Brother Princess. It was great. I don't remember it particularly well because it's been half a year already, but I remember that I was having a bloody good time. It was really great. But the other two are Sister Frida and her dad. Um, what a surprise, right? Beautiful fight, fast fight, phases are different, a lot of things to manage, and the music, everything about this fight is top notch. It should be in Hall of Fame in all Soulsborne series. It is one of the best fights in a franchise ever. I haven't played, of course, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and Elden Ring DLCs. I haven't played any of them at all. But concerning what I know about the previous games, including Demon Souls, the PlayStation 3 versions, this is something else. This is really good. And my favorite one, which I already mentioned, Slave Night Gale. The last one was personally favorite of mine. Highlight of the whole save file. More than 70 tries I wasted on this good man, and 50 of them I have done on stream, twitch.tv Sunday3, just so we know, the link in the description, where I shall reside for the most of this afternoon. But I digress. I shared my emotions on the previous video concerning the topic of Slave Night Gale. You can check that out there, but it is amazing. It is most likely my favorite fight in franchise, which is badass. So, Dark Souls 3 is the third game in a franchise. Well, some may say fourth, but you know what I mean. It was made by Hayao Miyazaki again, so it takes much more inspiration and direction from the first game in the series, be it in terms of lore, aesthetics, style, or game design in general. Dark Souls 2 is very dear to me for the entire reason that it tried to be different from the predecessor. It tried to be something else. It tried to be Dark Souls, but the whole two. That something that could stand aside of it and be proud. And even though some attempts to innovate were clumsy, sure, but for the most part, the game was glorious. Dark Souls 3 doesn't concern itself much with the second game at all. It fully concentrates itself to be the best continuation to the ideas of the first game imaginable. And it goes well. New characters and storylines were great as well. The game failed to capture me in the beginning. I dropped first save after 18 hours, but I got into it when I decided to try from scratch. And when I attempted, the restriction I mentioned before. It was beautiful. I've been watching Vati videos for the last couple of days to remember my adventures from August and to properly look at the details which I might have missed, which is absolutely possible since Souls games, it is like prerequisite for them, and the game rewards perceptiveness, So if I were asked for an advice by a mate of mine, by a friend or colleague, whatever, who wanted to get into the series, if somebody wanted to know the best entry point for the whole series, here it is. It is Dark Souls 3, basically. Gameplay is fast, flashy, and exciting. You have many options to enjoy the game too. The music is godlike as usual. Style is godlike as usual. Story is magnificent. If you complete the game and enjoy yourself, then you go and try the first one. If that one would be fun for you too, you can attempt to try the second one. but preferably not the Scholar of the Old Sin version of the second one. I heard the questionable decision developers did in these clients. I heard of them. One more boss and worse graphics are not worth the whole torture, I believe. I play the old client, and it, it was good for 2 runs. I completed the game 2 times, and it was fun. So I will like Dark Souls 2 more because of nostalgia. I believe it is not an objective love in many aspects. Dark Souls 3, you know, is a better game. But Dark Souls maybe not as dark of a Souls game, but surely does have big soul. You know what I'm saying? The things that it tried, some of them, uh, you know, some of them were really cute. Rationally and objectively speaking, Dark Souls 3 is the best game in a series, hands down. Streaming it was fun too. Sometimes someone would wander in the chat and will take my eyes away from the game with their questions. It feels nice during these times, kind of cute. So that is what pops up in my head when I think about Dark Souls 3 right now. I'm not the biggest nerd around, but I like these games. So if you have any questions or want to chat about the franchise, I will gladly welcome you to my comments below or to my Twitch stream, which is even better for me personally. While I advertise my YouTube and Twitch, I want to mention my Telegram too. The link is in the description as well. You can subscribe to get the most quality content imaginable, be it music recommendations, memes, or stream announcements. For now, I was thinking which game to pick for my challenge next. That is, of course, what is on my mind. And I am deciding between two classic shooters, Half-Life 2 and Serious Sam First Blood. Serious Sam is a game that is very dear to me. It is the first game that was installed on the first PC that my family owned. Which means that this is one of the first games that I have ever played. Also, it is the game, the first level starts with the temple of Hatshepsut, one of the ancient queens of Egypt. And I have personally been there as a child. So it has um, some nostalgic connotation to it. I completed the game as a child, but I do not consider this completion to be truly valid. Because I completed it during the summer break while playing with a guy from from the apartment from the other floor in the building where we were living with my family, and we were completing the game, the levels in turns, and even the last boss was beaten by him on the tourist difficulty, so the easiest difficulty imaginable. I need to beat this game at the adequate difficulty. Uh, I chose, if I remember, hard difficulty when I started my last try, and I shall keep on doing that save file. It is about halfway of the game done. And I intend to do it right. If I will complete it, then I will look into the other kind of games, or uh, I could reject one of the best PV FPS games imaginable to play another legendary FPS experience imaginable in Half-Life 2, which I enjoy aesthetically at least, not so much as a shooter, but more of of a game itself. It is tough to describe, but if I attempt the game, I think I will explain it more during the stream and after the stream in the video. So for now, I will remain here. I will think about what do I wanna attempt, and whatever I choose, I shall stream it later today. You know where to find me. Until next time, take care.